try to stick to the time. Just a quick intro. I'd like to start with talking about the traditional retail value chain. This has always been the case for many decades, where it started with manufacturer, supplier, distributor, then retailer, then to the end consumer. Now the ecosystem in general have changed, and there was a great retail transformation which affected everything, from the manufacturer, into the supplier, into the transporters, distribution channels, payment providers, social media, marketplaces. In everything we have conducted business, it has seen tremendous change, especially over the last 3-4 years. Industry trends, it played a major role, especially in the last few years, whereby online robots, data-driven solutions, AI technology, social media, health and environment-friendly products, in-home services, and omni-channel payment have played a major role into that change. So the industry has driven tremendous force to change our way of conducting the business. Now, this is a slide where I call survival of the fastest fittest. Now, in our today's world, we can only survive if we are flexible enough and we are fast enough. The way I meant it here, because there are so many disruptions in technology, in millennials' influence, in online, in raising costs, in everything, disruption is inevitable. What I called it here, disruption to continue creating value. Reality is, these disruptions have to be internal as well as external. Now, external, we are facing them anyway, whether we like it or not. These are the realities of life. Now, internal, we need to have in each organization an internal disruption. We cannot continue and strive and say, things are going well, let's carry on. It won't pay us on the long term. We need to create and capture value for our customers. For us to do this, we need continuous disruptions. Now, we can succeed quickly, or we can evolve from failure. There is no mistake in doing failures, fair enough. But if we have such thing, let's evolve from them and let's move ahead as quickly as we can, rather than just trying to make any failing decision a success. That's basically what I feel. And the opportunity comes really when you continue to evolve and to exist beyond the crisis. And here what I say, adapt to constant transformation or become obsolete. And that's the new reality of life. Now, everyone is talking about the death of retail. I don't believe so. I don't believe so, not even long term. It won't be the death of retail in reality. In reality, it's the cultural change and the way we think about it, the way we evolve our thoughts, the way we continue to drive profitable growth. Reality is, growth is becoming a very difficult element. We want to drive that growth. For us to be able to drive that growth, we need to think differently. We need to keep on moving. We need to keep on thinking in a different way. And for us, it needs to continue to be highly efficient and relevant to our customers. Our customers' demands are changing, and they are changing very fast. Reality is, if we don't keep up with that pace, we will become obsolete. That's a reality. So it's the evolution of retail, it's the alternative business model that would make all these reality. That's what that's why all the new Alessandro and in the previous presentations they spoke about really how to make shopping more exciting. What they call retailtainment. What they call, you need to keep your customers engaged, excited, so that he can move ahead with you and not in order not to lose him. Now, I try to summarize this into 3 buckets, talking about the future of retail. Now, for us to be able to look at the future, we need to see what are the things that makes this a success. What would drive the future of retail? Now, of course, it needs to be, and that's why I summarized it in 2 words, it needs to be relevant and it needs to be aspirational. With these 2 things, you can drive these 3 buckets. I try to summarize them into 3 buckets. One of them is the consumers, the other one is the technology, and the third one is the innovations. Now, in the first one, we talk about the consumers. Now, There are lots of trends, and lots of consumers have different needs and different demands. Some of them, they talk about ethical shopping. Some of them are talking about easier shopping. There are new behaviors that are evolving. They are tech-reliant and social network. This is when it comes to consumers in general. In technology, we talk about QR code comebacks, about security and data governance, about AI, AR, VR, etc., and about the increase of using robots and robotics. In innovations, there are lots of product diversity in every industry that we are in. We talk about personalization and CRM. We talk about innovation in the store, brick and mortar, about new business models, about right teams, right organization, and right culture. And this is also a must for us to strive and survive in the future retail momentum. I have no idea why it's not moving. So in summary, we say reinvent. So digitally infused retailers will win the retail battle. So the infusion can come into different types of technologies and innovations integrated within any part of our business. I'll talk a little bit about our new consumers or about new generation. Now, millennials are shaping the future of retail, not because they are millennials, but in reality, in very few years, these will become the largest bucket of our customers. This is the reality. And today's consumers are very much socially connected and very technologically advanced. They are ambitious. They are entrepreneurial. They value a balanced lifestyle. They are, I call them struggling generation for a simple reason. They are really overeducated and underemployed in so many ways today compared to 10 or 20 years ago, where you could advise your son what to study. Today, he will advise you what he has seen. And that's a reality. They are experiential. They want discounts, and they want fast fulfillment. And they also need to be engaged, to be connected, because if they are not engaged, they will not be connected, and they can disconnect very easily. And they need to be entertained to remain. If you lose that entertainment, you will lose their excitement, and you can lose them very easily. I was the other day with the Facebook director who is in charge of this region, and the argument was, when they were having this case about about the privacy, and he said, by the end of the day, the argument is, we are just an app, and anyone can delete us. So we need to remain relevant. We need to integrate Messenger. We need to integrate WhatsApp. We need to kill Snapchat. We need to do whatever is needed to survive. But that's a reality. And that's what every one of us is doing to survive in today's business. Remember, as per eMarketer, when we talk about the e-commerce, the eMarketer estimated the digital and e-commerce industry to be $4.5 trillion by 2021. This is a huge number by any standard. And who are the consumers? It's these consumers. And that's why I focus on one simple sentence. We need to drive mindsets. The mindsets of these generations, the mindsets that fits within their minds, their hearts, and they would want to remain relevant. We want to remain relevant for them because they are the largest consumer bucket for us, eventually. Now, technology disruptors, I won't go through them much, but I just want to highlight very few points that talks about technology in general. So, the consumer data, the Internet of Things, they are becoming, there are lots of personalizations that are taking place. There are lots of optimization, social insights, connectivity, Internet of Things, smarter inventory management, just in time, whenever you want it, deliveries every day to make it more efficient, and efficient logistics. All these are becoming relevant into this. Artificial intelligence, I think lots of people spoke about it, and it's very much relevant. You know, the natural language generation, the speech recognition, that's becoming also very relevant. The virtual agent, the machine learning platform, the AI optimized hardware, the deep learning platform, the biometrics, all these are becoming also an integral part of the business. Omnichannel marketing. Retailers with both physical and digital presence that offer an integrated, seamless offers. They are the ones that will remain relevant. Everyone else will eventually vanish in one way or the other, no matter how long it might take. E-payments. E-payments is, again, another game changer that's changing the way people are looking at it. So applications, mobile wallets, BOPS, loyalty programs, social media that's affecting it, and digital cryptocurrency. Although lots of them are claiming that it's dead, which I'm not sure about. It all depends how it evolves. Chatbots. We spoke about chatbots. And basically, in this one, saving resources, generate leads, provide after-hour services, which was not possible in the traditional retail, and unique customer engagement. AR, it enables customers to relate and interact into the brands. So virtuality, try in a 3D products, and these are a reality. Today, lots of shops, you go there and you want a virtual reality, you want to try a dress, you want to see how you look with that dress in a virtual reality. It can be done today, and it's evolving at a fast pace even. VR, rich and engaged content that generates human interest. It offers marketing costs and product returns and product relevancy. And last but not least, the digital transformation. It's the integration of the digital work into everything and all elements of the business. And that's exactly, I agree with the doctor in the first presentation, this is a must, and digital needs to be part in every single element of our organization. It cannot be just an add-on. It needs to change the way we think about it. It needs to change because remember, when in digital, it affects our customer experience, it affects our operational agility, it affects our culture. It needs to be led by leadership who enforces it, because if it's not enforced, it will not happen. It will remain optional. And guess what? In a few years, you become obsolete. And last but not least, it needs to be integrated in all our elements of the business. Innovations. Now, when we talk about innovations, in any type of business that we are in, we need to innovate in one way or the other. And I tried to summarize this into 3 quick buckets. One of them is personalization. Every customer needs to feel that he is different, and he is appreciated, and he is personal to that store. So we need to win the customer loyalty through personalized shopping experience to that customer. Now, data utilization, of course, because data will help us to understand what the customer really needs and what the customer really is looking for, and personalized marketing strategies that tap into customers' emotions. And this is the new name of the game. Product diversification. Now, of course, if you offer more, you sell more. Now, it all depends about, and like everyone says, if you are strong, you go to the next one and you buy him up, or you take up his technology or copyrights or whatever. That rationale still exists, by the way. Although there are so many new venture capitalists who look at startups, at this, at that, reality is when you become relevant and profitable, someone else will look at you, and guess what? You will be taken over. So that's the reality that is evolving all the time. CRM. A good retail CRM system will always build the brand loyalty and will create brand ambassadors. You want every customer of yours to become your ambassador from his experience. Because remember, in the open world, in the very well-connected world, whenever you win these customers, they become your ambassadors. Can you imagine how important this is? Be it a positive or a negative one, about the existence of your business, it's really critical for the survival of your business. to gather information about preference, about demography, about everything. And this is where big data plays a role. When you collect data, it's not about the data, it's what you do with the data. How you analyze it, how you make it relevant, how you look at things that matters for you more, how you can drive it in the right manner. Otherwise, data means nothing in its raw state. Lots of people, let's collect this, let's do that. To do what in it? If you are not going to use it rationally to extrapolate some important facts from it, data in its own means nothing unless it becomes relevant in whatever form you want to use it. Of course, it helps retailers to target individual customers, and it keeps purchase history, allowing retailers to offer personalized services. And guess what? The future is most retailers might be connected in one way or the other. So the future is you will know your customer, his habits, his consumption, his way of living. And that's what Amazon has been trying to do over the last few years. Today, I also was with a professor that does some training from Wharton on Amazon. And she was talking about how Amazon analyzes data, how Amazon predicts the future needs. I believe in retail, we need to be up in this game, up to that level. We cannot rely on, I know the customer, he bought 2 pairs last year, 1 pair there, so I know. You need to up the game. And you need to start predicting your customers' needs and expectations. And the more you do this, the more you are relevant to him. This is the new trend, whether we like it or not. So we need to evolve. Old schools beliefs are out, innovations are in. You need to keep on innovating, even in small scales. And there is nothing wrong in trying something. Even if it doesn't work, evolve from it. Evolve, get out of it, and get to the next phase. And we should encourage the culture of that innovation. Reality is, lots of our people in any organization, they have great minds, but in lots of cases, they are scared to come forward and say what they want. This is, again, about culture and the culture change. Of course, successful people needs to be rewarded, but failure should not be punished in a way that, you suggested something, it did not work out, then you're out. And that is the culture that lots of companies embrace, and unfortunately, this is not the future. You will lose so many talents and so many great ideas because you are scared to try them, or you did not encourage your people to go forward and try them. And trust me, lots of people from the floor, from the retail floor, can give you enormous amount of ideas of how you can improve your own business. All of us, when we reach to managerial positions, we believe that we know it all. Reality is, if you don't do it yourself, you would never know it. And guess what? Even if you have done it earlier, these days are different than earlier days. You need to live it, try it, to understand it more, to be able to say, I'm managing it. Unfortunately, lots of managers, they believe that this is the way we manage. We enforce. This is the managerial. We shout. We do this. We give orders. This is not the new norm. The new norm is really by the cultural change, by evolving the way the culture of any organization thinks. And if anyone thinks that they know more than anyone, I would love to see them in a few years and see what happens. So, in summary, I'd just like to say that we need to evolve across the cycle. Now, across the cycle, we all deal in business strategies, in marketing, in sales, in multi-channels, in omni-channels, in vendor management, in cross-functional leadership. We need to evolve continuously. And for us to evolve continuously, we need to stay relevant to our customers. The moment we are not relevant, the moment that our customers will forget about us and seek alternatives. And guess what? The world is very connected. They can do that over a press of a button. So we need to stay relevant, and we need to continue to adapt to survive. And this is, in summary, what we need to do. We need to continue the journey of adaptation as much and as frequent as needed. The journey never ends anywhere. It's just a continuous journey, and we need to keep on playing with these dialogues. Now, I summarized key survival drivers, and this is just, in summary, a last quick summary about it. So, we say a brand relevance. Of course, any brand needs to remain relevant, needs to be customer-centric, needs to continue meaning something to the customer in any of the areas that interests them, be it a price-driven, be it a promo-driven, be it a CSR, be it an activation, be it an AI, be it an online, anything that to keep the brand relevant and the relevance to the customer is still, he's still excited about that brand, keep on evolving it. That's why you have new models. That's why you have new MPDs. Keep them coming. And guess what? To be relevant, you need to involve the customer. You cannot, all days where the brand comes with the idea, with the ideation, and just enforces them. And customers historically used to accept them as is, because it's a big brand, and these are normal, these are the new modes, these are the new trends. Well, guess what? The new trend is set by our customers now. It's no longer set by the big players. The new trend is set by our customers and consumers. And the more we listen to them, the more we interact with them, the more we hear them out, the better we will be in keeping our brand relevant. In technology, of course, data-centric, digitally influenced, and effortlessly integrated. These are also a must because technology is evolving. As I said, it's $4.5 trillion in terms of e-commerce, in terms of digital, in terms of, it's a huge market by 2021, and we need to continue embracing technology and integrate it in all our parts of business. And last but not least, I'd like to highlight about the leaders' cross-functional exposure and experience. Again, we need our leaders in any organization to transition from functional managers to really becoming leaders. Becoming leaders in all what that means. Becoming strategic, more than tactical, not just firefighting and trying to resolve a day-to-day operation. This is very important element as well in this regards. Last but not least, I'd like to highlight one statement that Jack Ma did after his 2017 annual report to the board. And he said, we need to integrate online, offline, data, and supply chain logistics into one value chain. And that's absolutely correct. The game has changed forever. It's up to each one of us to sit down and watch it evolving in front of his eyes and do nothing, or do something about it and evolve to survive and strive. That's, in summary, my presentation. Thank you.